Hi everyone and welcome. This is Alex here of Advice by Alex on Etsy, and I'm here to do your weekly angelic messages for the week of February 13th through the 20th, 2022. I want to thank you for stopping by and giving me a listen to. And if you like this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the little notification button that says all, so that way you get all the future uploads of all my videos as well. And if you would like to get a personalized reading with me, I'll leave all that information in the description box below as well. And if you too would like to send in a question to get it answered in a weekly video, please send that information over to my email, and I'll leave that in the description box below as well. And also I ask that you please send your name and your date of birth to be able to have it read in the reading. And don't worry, only your initials and your date of birth will be read. And also, if there's anybody else involved, their name and their date of birth as well. And I don't know why not if you don't want to send it in, because it's free, so I don't get why people don't send it in when it's free. So, but hopefully you guys are doing well and things like that, and that you are having a safe and blessed week and stuff like that, and that you are ready for a good weekend. Today is Saturday, February 12th, 2022, and I cannot believe how fast the week of, or the month of February is going, and things like that. It's been like a crazy whirlwind for February. But I will say that with everything going on, I am loving working from home and stuff like that. I love having my own schedule to be able to do things, and then when I'm not working, I can do other things to get other things accomplished. So it's kind of like really a self-confidence booster, basically, for that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of that. But hopefully you guys are doing well. I did want to let you know I will be releasing a Valentine's Day video, but I will release that more on Monday. I might record it after this video, but it will come out on Monday and stuff like that. So, that's really what it is and stuff like that. So, yeah. Oh, and as you guys can see, we have a little visitor for today. Lately his habit is whenever I do a reading, he likes to come in my lap, and then he likes to just chill and kind of take a little cat nap and stuff like that. So that is really the gist of that. So and things like that. So yeah, so hopefully you guys are doing well, and that you guys are headed off to a good start for the day. I do have my morning coffee here. I know it's like out of season, but I like this mug. So it's one of my favorite mugs and stuff like that. So I can't really complain about that. Oh. So, but yeah, so hopefully you guys are doing well. I do have the music on in the background. I don't think there's any thing coming up that we need to know about. Let me double check so that way I'm not misleaded. Oh, okay. So there is something to be wary of. We have a full moon, and that's going to be on the February 16th, 2022. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have a full moon in Leo for the month of February 16th. So it'll be interesting, but I will do a separate video for the full moon in Leo. So that will be coming up for this week, along with Valentine's Day. So you guys will get a couple of extra videos for this week. And I do plan on making daily angel card readings, where I just draw one card, and there's a quick message, and then that is that. So I will start recording those tomorrow. If I have the opportunity to record them. But yeah, so I will get those started at least tomorrow, as many as I can. Actually, we get to experience Teddy Bear's sign, because Teddy Bear is a Leo. So yeah, and he definitely acts like a Leo. So, which is interesting that we can get along because I'm a Capricorn and he is a fire sign, and we typically those don't counterbalance each other very well. They can, depending on their sun and rising sign. So I guess my sun and rising sign makes sense because I am a Aries, or not the sun. I get confused with those sometimes. The sun is the main one, but my rising and my moon sign. So my rising is Aries and my moon is Sagittarius. So no, I think the two fire signs balance each other out for the Leo. So that makes a lot of sense. And things like that. So that is definitely there. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are ready for this upcoming week. It seems like it's going to be a doozy of a week and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how this week coincides with not only the full moon, but also Valentine's Day. Interesting. So, but let us get on here to the reading, and enough of me babbling, and things like that. So, let us get in here to the reading of the week. So let us have our feet firmly planted on the ground, have our heart wide open to be able to receive the angel messages that we are about to receive, and then let us have a moment of silence while I connect energetically for the week and see what the messages that are popping up for this week. All right. So what I'm picking up when I am tuning into the energies of the week, it relatively seems like a good week energetically. I feel mainly more of the positive energies for this week, but at the same time, I sensed a couple of things that we should be on the lookout. There's going to be some energy shifts this week that we need to be looking out for, and especially in regard to the full moon and things like that. But I feel like what the angels are saying is that it's all about helping us to be pushed in the direction that we're supposed to be pushed in. So really just allowing ourselves to go on the proper path and continuing with the theme of February, which is like all about changes and being pushed to become our authentic self, because I think that's really the theme of February from what the angels are telling me. And then also, the other thing that was really popping up very strongly was that with all of the energy, we will have a tendency to get stuck in our heads. So the energy, that's not really a good thing. So if we are noticing that we are stuck in our head about certain topics, then be sure to counterbalance that with proper coping skills to be able to get out of that loop and out of that funk as well. So that's really what the angels are really saying in regard to that as well. So just be mindful of that, and be sure to practice your grounding techniques and things like that, and your coping skills. So those two combined should counterbalance the overthinking and being able to get caught in our heads. Now, moving on into the energies of the week, we are going right away into the red energy for this week. So, really, what I'm really feeling for the red energy is, from what they are showing me, is that the red energy is going to be more neutral for this week. I feel like we're going to have red energy. It's not going to be super high this week. It's not going to be super low this week. But it's just that right amount of balance, which would be perfect for Valentine's Day, and stuff like that. Remember, red energy is all about that passion, anger, manifestation, and so on and so forth. And it's all about that security, and it relates to our root chakra. So, having that foundation within ourselves. So, we will have the red energy there, but it's not as high, it's not as low, it's just the right amount. It's kind of like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Like, you gotta find the right amount of balance, basically. And I feel like that's the theme for this week, is really all about finding the right balance, is what I'm hearing. So, because that really just popped into my head, and I was like, where did that come from? So, yeah, that's basically what it is. And knowing which thing is right for you for this week. The next, what they are showing me is the blue, which is all about communication. So blue is going to be quite high for this week, so that is going to be interesting. So we're going to be doing a lot of talking and a lot of communication, not only with each other, but our spiritual team of love and light, and God, and things like that. So, and that is going to be really a week of talking, a week of talking, a week of talking. And the blue for this week is going to be really guiding the red. So be careful not to allow, when you are talking to others, to get yourself into that anger or getting upset and things like that, because of what the conversation is about. Remember, or if you don't listen or communicate, or if you don't understand what is going on, be sure to ask and have it repeated. So, for some reason, I'm not able to properly talk today, and that's driving me insane. I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, why can't I get these words formed up properly in my head today? And stuff like that. So, that is definitely there. So, along with the blue, they were really showing me the pink energy. There's going to be some pink, but there's not going to be a lot of pink for self-care and that self-love that we like to do, which is concerning. But remember to, if you want to practice self-love and self-care, which is perfect for those for Valentine's Day for this week, is remember to do that. You can always make love for yourself. Remember, self-love is also important, because if you don't love yourself, how are you expected to have another person to love you as well? So, just some food for thought. So always remember to take time for self-care. And however you choose to do that. It might be beneficial for you all to be able to take a bath on Valentine's Day. If you have a partner, even better, it can be more of a romantic bath. Putting on some sexy music, whether it be jazz or whatever of your liking, and lighting some candles, doing the bubble bath kind of thing, essential oils, having some crystals around, and some flowers. And that could be just highly romantic. I like that. uh, and, if anybody did that for me, I would be A-okay. I'd be like, that is my definitely person, because they would know me then. But heck, even if you are by yourself, that's a great way to do self-love for yourself too. So always keep that in mind, that self-love is important. So next we're going to be going on up into the green, which is interesting that we have green, but we do have green for this week. The green is going to be a good amount of green as well. So there's going to be a good give and take of love for this week. So this week, remember, it was more focused on inward reflection, but next week we're going to give that give and take of love and show people that we care and things like that. So that's really what this is all about and things like that, and that self-love and that self-care, and the giving and receiving of love and showing others that they are appreciated. So that is definitely a theme for this week. Next we're going to be going into the orange energy. We do have a fair amount of orange for this week, which is nice because that's all about creating a wellness plan, the creativity, and the sexual energy, which is what I like to see. And that will be coinciding with Valentine's Day and things like that. So that is really the best kind of thing that I like to see for Valentine's Day, is that extra little bit of oomph of sexual energy, which would be great for you and your partner. You can also have fun for yourself too. But the creativity and the wellness plan for creating more health benefits for yourself is also there, and to be able to start and maintain one as well. So that is really good. Or the creativity for working on a project of any kind. If you're writing, that is spectacular for writing for this week. So that is there. So next we are going up into the yellow. So we don't really have that much yellow for this week. I know that's kind of sad. I just don't really feel like we're going to have a lot of yellow for the self-confidence and to be able to move forward and things like that. So that's going to be a little interesting with the creativity and things like that. So remember, if you need a little extra boost to be able to tell yourself that you got this, and then practice working on your self-esteem for this week. That will be also very beneficial as well. So that is also really good. I know there are some crystals there for self-confidence and things like that, but I can't think of the name at the top of my head. I'm still learning some crystals, so I don't know everything, but I do know some things, but not all of them. But yeah, usually I just research them if I need to know. And next we're going to be moving into the purple, because I did want to talk about the purple right away. So the purple is all about imagination and intuition, and the purple also relates to our third eye. So for this week, unfortunately, the purple is quite low for this week. So with it being low, we're not going to be able to follow our intuition and imagination and things like that. And that is interesting because that will lead to us with the overthinking with the red. So the purple, with that being more weak this week, that will really counterbalance the red, because that will leak into the red, and then that will cause us to get stuck in our heads because we're not being able to see things clearly and concisely. As we know, we're not going to know the big picture, basically. Next, we're going to go on into the indigo/violet. And we do have quite a fair amount of indigo/violet for this week. So we'll be able to hear God, Jesus, and the angels, the loved ones on the other side, and things like that, and all of the above, our spiritual team of love and light. So we're going to be able to hear all of that. So, which is interesting that we don't have the purple, but we do have the indigo/violet. And with that being said, we do have that, and I think from what the angels are telling me is that, with that being said, I feel like this is where we are using our intuition more of our feeling it through, of hearing them, because the more that we are able to hear them, the more that we'll be able to see things more clearly and things like that. So that's how we're going to be counterbalancing the purple, with not being there as high. So purple is there, but just not as high as it was before. So yeah, that is definitely there. So let us move on into the cards. I hope I'm able to properly talk about the cards and things like that. So today we're going to be using the second tarot of the heart by John Holland. I'm going to have to do this very interestingly because he's asleep. Well, he was asleep, but he's taking up my arm. So, and he's kind of enjoying that. So, alright. So, what does everybody on my YouTube channel need to know for the week of February 13th through the 20th, 2022. 13th through the 20th. Alright. That's an interesting card. Oh, I love that that card came out. Alright. In coffee break here. So we have some really good cards for this week, I can't lie. Some are a little interesting, so it'll be interesting to see what they have in store. So the first card that we have is card number 5, and it is all about teaching. So I feel like we're going to be helping others to understand their lessons for this week, is really what I'm hearing. So we're going to help them along their path and show them what we learned so far in our journey. So we're all about helping the others learn from our mistakes and our past history. So we're really going to be in that teaching mode of helping others and helping them to go down the right path that they need to go on. So this is an excellent card, and it's all about that wisdom, because you've done this before. And you can. This also can honestly be, if for those that are going back to school, you can also be students. And we can also be students with this card, because we can also learn from our teachers and so forth. So it can have multiple things. So, but I feel like whatever this means for you for this week, I feel like we're going to be learning or teaching some type of lesson for this week. And this is coming from our Akashic Book of Life and things like that. So that's really what that card is all about. So the next card here is that we have is card number 8 in reverse. So dedicated effort. So we're in upright, we are putting in that effort, we're putting in that stuff to be able to move forward with things, but in reverse, we are not really putting in the effort at all. So this might be combative with Valentine's Day. So if you notice that your partner is not doing something, just kind of remind them to be able to have that proper conversation, to set that boundary with your partner, to remember to have them put in the effort for you. So if you notice that that's there, just know that it can also be upright. It's just how much you're willing to make it go upright. So it can always change throughout the week, but just keep that in mind that things may not happen as fast for you for this week as it has been in previous weeks. So the next card here is that we are awaiting results, and it's card number 7. So this is all about waiting on the outcome of whatever it is that we are wanting in our lives. And I do feel like this is also related to becoming our authentic self, as that is the theme of the month of February. And this is teaching, dedicated effort, and reverse. So even if you are working on becoming your authentic self, it might be a process before you are able to be in your authentic self. So that is also there, and things like that. So the waiting results is that one. So it's going to be an interesting ride, but it's going to be there, and things like that. So that is definitely there. So the next card here is that we have is Helpless and Hopeless, and it is card number 8. So really, this is not an exciting card that I like to see. I feel like this is relating to when we are getting in our head. We're gonna feel like we're feeling alone in our journey. We're gonna be feeling like we don't have anybody to turn to and things like that, and that's going to be part of that hamster wheel and that overthinking pattern and stuff like that. So this is really careful to be able to look out for when you are noticing that you're feeling that way. Know that you are not alone, and be able to trust that you have people that you can turn to in the physical world, but also in the spiritual world as well. So, such as God, Jesus, your spiritual team, your guides, and so on and so forth. Interesting that I mentioned balance for this week. This is also my sign of Libra. And it is card number 14, reduced down. It is card number 5. So, it's in reverse. So, we're not really having any balance for this week. So, watch out for that give and take of love. And then it could also affect the dedicated effort card. So, just kind of watch. If you notice that you're becoming out of balance, you can stop it, where you can be able to regain your balance and things like that. It doesn't happen overnight, but remember that you can work on having more balance in your life. Alright, so the overall cards here that I drew are the Shine card, which is card number 19, and this is a beautiful card. You're allowing things to be able to flow. Your heart is more open to the possibilities and things like that. So really, you are the shining light for this week and stuff like that. So that is beautiful, especially with the Teach card. So you are on the spotlight for this week. So the next card here is that we have is Clarity of Belief in reverse. And this is card number 1, and this is all about, really this is all about, not having that clarity of belief. My mind went blank there for a minute. I was like, what? I'm a little tired this morning, so I apologize. But the clarity of belief in reverse. And this is really all about relating to that third eye again. So we're not being able to see things clearly and things like that. So Again, it kind of all correlates with each other. And you can't really make this stuff up from when I was explaining earlier. Alright, so I'm going to draw an extra card here for the week. Because I feel like we're in need of an extra card here. So this is from the Angel Prayer Deck by Kyle Gray. That one, like, literally flew out. And this is Spiritual Gifts with Archangel Razrael. And it is, thank you, Razrael, for helping me channel my gifts and my talents. So remember, your spiritual gifts are growing, and I do feel like this is related to ascension. So I do feel like this is a week of ascending as well. So I feel like we're going to be growing to the next level spiritually. So going to be an interesting ride as well. I'm going to draw one more card here. So what does everybody need to know for this week? Do you want to do some kitty magic? Yeah? Okay. I was really wanting the second card in here. So it is the Miracle of Forgiveness with Archangel Jeremiah. And it's, thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So, for those that have been hurt in the past, it's okay to be able to forgive those that have hurt you. And maybe it's not okay for what they did to you, but remember, it's okay to be able to forgive them, even if they don't necessarily forgive you. But it's okay to remember to forgive. And remember to shine that light and things like that. So, and it's also okay to forgive yourself. Even if you have been harsh on yourself, remember it is okay to be able to forgive yourself and things like that. So, that is definitely there. So, that brings us to the end of the reading. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading and things like that. Sorry, my mind was miscombobulated a few times there, where I couldn't get things out. Still waking up this morning, apparently. So, yeah, so that is definitely there, and hopefully you guys are doing well. And if you like this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the notifications button. And then if you'd like a personalized reading with me, I will leave all that information in the description box below for you to be able to purchase a reading and things like that, and where we can go much deeper into your personal path and things like that. So, until next time, guys, have a safe and wonderful week. Stay safe out there. God bless you. Angel blessings. And I will talk with you later. Bye, everybody.